Hello traders, good evening and welcome to today's webinar coming to my trading room. Just to introduce myself, I'm Jay Lakhani and I'm the founder of bindalFX and author of the book Forex Mastery, A Child's Play, and also I've authored the bindalFX Indicator. Just have a quick show of hands. Are you all able to hear me? And can you see the PowerPoint presentation on your screen? Okay, that's excellent. Excellent. Okay, right. It's nice to have a huge audience here today, especially on a Friday night. And certainly, I'm sure I'm going to make your 1 hour or so to be very productive. And I'm going to show you that trading mastery is truly a child's play. It is said that 90% of traders fail in this business. This profession has probably one of the highest failure rate. And you know what? That need not be the case. In fact, this profession is the easiest way to make money. Despite that, 90% fail. Of course, there are lots of reasons as to why they fail. Often it's because they may not have an edge, they don't have a trading plan, they don't have a trading system which gives them a low risk, high probability trade. But one of the most important reasons why people fail in trading, it's because of the mental fitness. And at bindalFX, we give you the edge, we give you a trading system which is giving you low risk, high probability trades. But most importantly, we guide you with mental fitness. We guide you how you can get that confidence and that discipline to follow your trading system. Let me tell you brief about myself. As I mentioned at the start, my name is Jay Lakhani. I'm a professional trader and I've been trading for the last 30 years. And I'm the author of a book, Forex Mastery, A Child's Play. This is available from Amazon.com. I also run online tutorials, and in addition to that, I hold live trading seminars worldwide. I've done seminars, lots of them in UK, in Canada, New York, Mauritius, Dubai, India, and many other countries. At our seminars, you can watch us trade live. And I believe I am probably the only person in this entire world doing that. Yes, there are some trainers who would do webinars on live trading, but I've yet to see anybody doing a live session, a seminar, not for half hour or 1 hour or 2 hours, but whole day long. My last seminar in Sussex, this was in October, we had actually started at 7 a.m. London time in the morning, and we ended just before the US market closed, and that's well over 12 hours of real money trading. In addition to that, what we do is we also have live webinars where you can watch me trade. And when I'm not doing webinars, I'm sending out live broadcast of trade setups, watch list of any charts that I am looking at. So let me start by showing you my trading screen. Now, generally, I'm watching well over 30 to 40 charts, and whenever I see any opportunity, I basically am looking to trade anything. Now, the Bindal momentum indicator, which you see here, this gives out real-time trade signals, i.e. when to buy, when to sell, when to put it on your watch list. So the components of the Bindal FX indicator is, firstly, you got this Bindal momentum, and when I have the B1 to B4 all the same color, I'm basically looking to trade in the direction. So when it's green, I'm looking to buy, and when it's red, I'm looking to sell. So if we look at this scenario here, right at this moment, what you see is everything here is red. B1, B2, B3, and B4 is red, and that gives me a low risk, high probability trade setup. In addition to that, we have a trigger line here. As you can see, that's the Bindal trigger. When the trigger line is green, I'm looking for longs, and when the trigger line is red, I'm looking for shorts. The other unique part of the bindalFX system are these unique proprietary pivot points. Now, these are based on price action, and these are unique. They are not what you see on normal charts. As you can see, they are color-coded. I mean, you got the green, the magenta, the yellow, and the red. And these act as very strong support and resistances, and when you see them break, often you can see powerful moves. And lastly, the most important part of the component of this is the 1, 2, 3 system, which basically acts on the Fibonacci. Now, the indicators here, the bars, they look at the price action, it's looking at the candle patterns, it's looking at the technical analysis. For example, your MACD divergences, your RSI divergences, and so on. I have a system which is swing trading as well as intraday scalping. So this here, what you see, is basically a scalping intraday system there. Okay, so what basically I have is, as you can see here, all these charts here are all 1 minute chart, and effectively what I'm really looking is to use that 1 minute chart to make an entry. Okay, and the B1 to B4, this basically does a top-down analysis. Okay, that basically does a top-down analysis. So I'm looking at the higher time frames here as well. Okay, so for scalping, I really don't need to look at 4-hour or daily chart. I mean, most I really want to look at is like a up to 30-minute or an hour chart. And this bars here is already doing a top-down analysis. So therefore, when you get a setup like this here, is B1 to B4 are all same color. I found resistances at pivot points. Also, pivot 1 has broken, and after it breaks, you got a pullback, a 1, 2, 3 setup back to the trigger line, back to the pivot point, and here I'm looking for confluences of indicators. So the more reasons I have, the better the trade will be in your favor. So when you have confluences of indicators, what's going to happen is you will have a low risk, high probability trade set up. Of course, as I say, in addition to scalping, I also look at swing trading. So let's say, for example, here we are looking at Wall Street. And as you can see right now, the market is live. And right throughout the day, we have been shorting this. And this is something which I've sort of covered in my live trading broadcast throughout the day. And here, as you can see, very, very good short setup when you got B1 to B4 all red. And right now, you're just about to see a potential reversal, but overall, the signal is still very bearish because although B1 has just gone bullish, but B2, B3, and B4 are bearish. And more importantly, these pivot points, the prices are below those pivot points there. I will also look at swing trading. And here I'm looking at swing trading setup here. And what the swing trading does, it's basically looking at the 4-hourly and daily price action. And then I use the 30-minute to take a trade. Okay, I basically use the 30-minute to take a trade. And as you can see here, we have had excellent short setup on Wall Street, US 30. And you know, if you really look at it, these prices break the trigger line. And then you've got a pull back back to the trigger, and you see that was nearly 230 pip move, comes all the way down and then back up again. And as you can see here, a perfect signal to go long. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you guys some of the trades which I have discussed in my live webinars or live trading broadcast, and also how we use the Bindal momentum indicator. Okay, here what I'm looking at is the German DAX, and as you can see, that's a 30-minute chart, and what we have is a perfect short signal issued by the swing trading. Obviously, in this case, I've got the B1, which turned red, and then you got a 1, 2, 3 pull back to the trigger line. So here, what you have is the trigger line is red, the Bindal momentum indicator is red, I got a pullback, the ribbons are all sloping down, and obviously the pivot points, these are based on price action and obviously changes all the time. And at the time when this signal was issued, I had the yellow and the green pivots acting as a very, very strong resistance. And as you can see, this was a really easy trade going down, and I had lots of confluences of indicators here, and netting us 500 pip on this trade. Subsequently, as you can see, is prices retrace, and see you got a very nice 1, 2, 3 setup there. the Bindal indicator is now turned green, and the ribbons are sloping up, and so far, that's been like 100 pip move to the upside. This was a commentary I'd made yesterday, and I'd say it is the key level here to watch is the magenta pivot there, and that was at around 13,050 level. And I'd say this: if we can get a 1 to 3 setup above this, then I would expect the prices to head much higher. I'm just going to show you on the live screen how the price has moved. Okay, and you see, this is where the signal was issued. Subsequently, the prices did go up, and you had nearly about 135 pip move, and then subsequently, I really didn't have any momentum above the trigger line. We generally take 2 to 3 lots, take profit 1, or take profit 2, and take profit 3. Swing trading, generally we aim for 50 pips for the first lot, 100 pips for the second, and then the final lot we're really aiming to stay in there for as long as possible with trailing stops. So obviously in this particular case, the TP3 would have been stopped out. Okay, the TP3 would have been stopped out, and then subsequently earlier on this afternoon, what you had was the Bindal Indicator issued a very good sell signal, and currently it is still short, and so far it's moved by about 50 pips or so. Just having a quick look at the 5-minute chart there, and there you can see as well, everything is red, the trigger line is red, and look at all these pivot points, yeah, acting on as a very, very, very strong resistance. So right now, I would say is I certainly can expect this market to go much lower. A key point or key reversal point here could be is what happens at these pivot points. If I can see the prices get above these pivots and I get a 1 to 3 setup, then yes, I would definitely be looking to reverse this on the long side. But for now, definitely if we get momentum below the magenta, then I can expect the prices to go much, much, much lower. Okay. Okay, some of you guys have got some questions on. Well, tell you what, let's take on questions right at the end. Yeah, okay. I mean, some of you are asking me about various currencies and views on the indices. So, yeah, if we could, yeah, Pete, Simon, Deepa, yep, definitely. There are some great questions there, but if we could tackle this right at the end, so I can carry on with the presentations. I hope that's okay with you. Yeah. So there you go. That was the chart setup which I had actually shared in my live trading room yesterday, and we had banked TP1 and TP2. But unfortunately, TP3 we got stopped out. My view on taking profit is I would generally let my positions get stopped out with trailing stops unless and until I see a major reversal. Okay, so once I've taken TP1 and TP2, I'm constantly raising my stops, and generally the stops I would tend to follow either the trigger or any one of these pivot points. Yeah. Okay, I mean, this is an example of a live trade which I had shared in my live trading room. This was a German DAX intraday, and as you can see, that's where my entry was. My stops there had already banked my TP1 and TP2. Generally for scalping, I'm looking to take anything between 5 to 10 pips for my TP1, and then 10 to 20 pips for my TP2, and TP3 again, I let it run. Okay. Success in trading is all to do with cutting your losses and letting winners run. Okay. One thing what I don't teach my students is to snatch the profit, right? Majority of our trades, especially TP3s, we tend to trail the stops, and often our trailing stops are hit. And when those stops are hit, they are not stop loss, but they are stop profit. Okay. This was another amazing chart which we had discussed in my live trading broadcast, and that's gold, XAU USD. Sorry guys, just needed a sip of water. And before this big meltdown, I had lots of opportunities to get in. Okay, and as you can see here, I had 1 to 3 set up at the Equa pivot, the trigger line turning red from green. The Bindal indicators, both of them are red. Okay, and that was 100-point move. Really, that's equivalent to 1,000 pips, and that is huge, huge. When you're actually looking at gold. Okay. Again, another example here. This is German DAX, and also here we're looking at intraday scalping. Very, very good setup there, and as you can see, B1 to B4 are all red. And of course, I also have got lots of confluences of indicators there. So see, B1 to B4 is red, the ribbon is sloping down, the trigger line has changed color from green to red, the prices are below all these pivot points, right? So as you can see, lots of confluences of indicators there. Another trade here, which I had discussed in my live trading room on 14th of November, Euro USD. Again, lots of confluences of indicators. That is B1 to B4, all same color, green. So I'm looking for longs. Prices are above the trigger point. And then as you can see throughout the day, prices are moving higher and higher and higher, and breaking all those pivot points. And as you can see how it breaks the pivots, and then the pivot then act on as a support, right? Resistance there, act as a support, resistance here, act as a support. And then once all those resistance are broken, you have a massive move to the upside. And as you can see, is if you do follow the system, it is a very good low risk, high probability trade. This was another great setup here on 14th, and as you can see, I had a very good 1, 2, 3 setup. B1 to B4 are all red. This is US 30 Wall Street short, which is worth 100 pip move. Okay, just look at it. All the pivots have been broken right throughout the day. The price action has been going down south, and the trigger line is red. And when you actually see such confluences, you know, it's just free money, really. Yeah. And see how we banked that 100 pips to the downside, and subsequently we had a reversal. And here what we had was a bit of an aggressive entry. B1 and B2 were bullish, B3 and B4 were bearish. But the key point here is that I had a very good 1, 2, 3 setup. And when the Bindal indicators turn or change color, often that is result of number of technical analysis points. For example, there could be a divergence on one of the indicators, could be MACD, RSI, stochastics. You have a 1, 2, 3 setup, B1 and B2 changing color from red to green, and so on. So again, this was sort of like a live trade, which I had shared in my room. So what happens is when the setup comes in, I'm actually alerting members, right, is what exactly I'm looking at. Now, this is very important, especially for newbie traders. Initially, they would like that help, somebody to hold your hand, somebody to guide you with. But, you know, after a month or so, you simply become an expert on how to use these Bindal indicators. Then once you become an expert, you graduate from it, your thought process is just going to be same as mine, right? Because I have taught you what to do, when to do, how to manage the trade, when to take the profits, when not to take the profits, when to let the winners run, etc., etc. So if you follow my teachings, then there is absolutely no way you can lose money from this market. It is as simple as that, right? And so what happened here was, say we had a 100 pip move to the downside, and then you had a 100 pip move to the upside, all within a 2-hour period. Okay, so this basically gives you a bit of an insight of how the Bindal indicators work. Okay, right, guys. So I mean, that's all from me this evening. As I said, I just wanted to take you through with how the Bindal momentum indicator works, sharing some of my live trades, which I do share with my members. So, you know, once you guys come on board, become a member of Bindal FX, we hold your hand, we guide you step by step on how you can achieve mastery. So the floor is open for any questions. So over to you guys. Okay, I'm just going through some of your questions. Okay, so what are my views on US 30 Wall Street? Okay, let's just bring up the chart. Okay, let's just start and have a look at the 4-hourly chart, and obviously, well, I'll be very honest with my style of trading. So is I do not forecast, right? As simple as that. I do not have views as to where the market will end. Like it's often when I'm actually doing seminars or webinars, you know, a standard question could be is, where will the market be at 31st of December? Will we get a Christmas rally? You know, will FTSE end up at 7,000, or will Wall Street be at 26,000, and so on and so forth. As far as I'm concerned, that is a fool's game. Yeah. I have got absolutely no clue, and nobody has it, right? If somebody can forecast, and if they get it right, okay, and I'm being pretty honest, and you know, I've been trading for 30 years, okay, and one of the things I have learned is to say, I don't care. I don't care if Wall Street goes to 26,000 or 30,000 or 50,000. I simply don't care. I don't care if the Wall Street crashes down from 26,000 to 20,000 to 15,000. I don't care. But what I care is that it moves. And if it moves, then I have got a system in place, right? If the market is going up, what am I doing? I'm on the long side. If the market is going down, I'm looking to sell. As simple as that. Okay, as simple as that. So here, if you really look at Wall Street here, and our system has been long, and that has been a huge 1,700 pips. This is my swing trading. Okay, 1,700 pips, which has been going up, 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 and up, right? Now, quite often, whenever I've been in my live trading room, I've been saying some traders that, hey, I think this is crazy. It cannot go up. You know, they've been saying it right from when it was 20,000. People have been shorting at 20,000 because they think the market is crazy. Okay? But look, that is their view. My view is that the market is never crazy. Market is always right. Market is always right. And I, as a trader, I don't give a damn whether it justifies it. I mean, right now, you know, you look at Bitcoins, right? 500% moves. Okay, guys who have been trading Bitcoins, and yes, I mean, I'm actually due to do a webinar on Bitcoins in the next coming weeks, and I shall be looking how you can trade CFDs, futures, or cash on cryptocurrencies, right? There are some commentators out there saying that this is nothing but a fraud. But listen, guys, if the market wants to go up, hey, let it go up. Who are we to question and make a judgment? Who are we, right? We just follow it. We just follow the market, and the moment we see the first danger signs, we bail out. We do not snatch a profit. We let it run. You have your stops below the trigger line. And as the market is moving up, you keep raising your stops, keeps raising your stop. Finally, it gets stopped out. Okay? So we've had a fantastic run here. And as you can see, is that, you see, it's consistently we've been getting 1, 2, 3 setups there. The swing trading B1 has actually gone short, and B2 This is looking at the daily, and 4 hourly has actually gone short now. Okay. Now, right now, I would actually be really watching what happens on Monday at around the magenta and the green pivots. Okay. If on Monday I see this happening, i.e. the prices get above the green, I'll be looking to buy, right? Often people say, hey, why the hell you want to buy when it has risen so high? You see, this is what people said here. This is what people said there, right? But look at it from here, right? If you just take it from there, I mean, that has been 1,250 point move, okay? So at this moment in time, my system is short. Personally, I'm short, and there were some trades I've actually shared in my live trading room today. And bottom line is I don't have any views. I don't care where the market goes. Right now, I'm short. If it gets above the green, I'm going to reverse, close my shorts, and go long. If, on the other hand, I get a 1 to 3 below this magenta pivot, so here what I'm looking at is, say, prices come down, okay, and then the pivot acting on as resistance, it does a 1 to 3, and at that stage I add. I'm going to be adding to my winners, as simple as that. Okay, so I hope this sort of like answers your question. Okay. Okay, is your 1 to 3 setup, is it same as Fibonacci? Well, yeah, basically it is. That's your fib. So what I'm really looking at is I need to have ideally minimum of 60% fib retracement, as simple as that, right? Or aggressively around 50%. Anything less than 50%, I'm really not interested, unless and until I'm adding to the winners. Okay, unless and until I'm adding to the winners, which is fine. Okay, but yes, my 1 to 3 setup are fib based, and the system automatically draws that. So let's say if I go into the lower time frame here, you can actually see the system is actually drawing the 1 to 3 setups there. Okay, I'm going over onto the 1 minute chart. So see the 1 minute, the scalping system has actually gone long here. Okay, so I mean, aggressively you could have taken this trade, and that's been like, 15 pip move. Although B3 and B4 are still bearish, but you can have this guidance from the 1 to 3 system there. Okay, here I'm looking at the 15-minute and see, I mean, that's a perfect 1 to 3 system. I mean, that would be like a fib retracement closer to 75%, right? B1 is red, B2 is red. Currently, it is still red. So my intraday is short. It's below all these pivots. And at this stage, there is absolutely no way I'm looking to buy US 30 Wall Street, unless and until I see a 1 to 3 above these pivot points, right? These pivot points are very, very, very powerful. Okay. Okay, just going through your questions. Okay, what is my success rate? Okay, good question. Now, look, I'll be very frank and honest with you. I have got huge number of successful people. I would say industry statistics could be that 90% traders lose money, whereas I can proudly say that the number of percentage of members who are consistently banking massive profits who are with bindalFX is very high, is very, very, very high. Now, one of the reasons why we have got a very high success rate is because we teach you, we train you, we guide you not with historical data, okay, but we are guiding you with real-time data. We are doing seminars, right? You come into our trading room, so this is held at a hotel. I would normally have between 20 to 30 traders. You come up, you bring your own laptop. We provide you with Wi-Fi. You got your own broker account. You are watching me trade live. So if I'm taking on a trade, I'm actually telling you what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, using the system, and you already would have the license of that. I'm just going to show you. Okay, here, yeah, if you go into my website, www.forexmentor.net, success stories, feel free to read all these amazing real emails, letters I've actually had. As you can see here, this is an email from Jim Cantrell, basically banking nearly £900 in a day. This is Dipti Patel banking £800, sharing the statement here. Steve Warren saying just bank £350 from DAX, very easy. And as you can see, he's actually sharing a screenshot of the chart with the Bindal momentum indicator. Again from Richard, you know, sharing some of the profits. He says, first time ever in my life I've achieved a profit of £200 on a single trade. So this is what I tend to guide with, is not to snatch the profit. Let the winners run. Let the winners run. Dipti Shah, I mean, she's an amazing trader who packed up a full-time job as a chartered accountant, right, earning a salary of £75,000. And then here she says, what a day. So far have banked over £3,000. This is just within a day, one of my best days ever. At this rate, I could bank £10,000 just today. And you see, this was an email she had sent me just in the morning. And in the morning, she had already banked £3,000, as you can say, right? And so you see, these are some of the success stories here. Brian Elliott, banking £400, and you know, apparently just today I actually had an email from Brian saying that, Jay, you know what? Today is the 97th consecutive day I have not lost a single day. Yes, within the day he has had some losers, but overall, consecutively, the daily profit, 97th day, he has not lost. Here is another email from Ajit Sharma, right? Is, as you can see, massive profits there, okay? So the success rate really depends on you if you follow the system. Yes, I do have some who have failed, but they are in a minority. They've failed because they haven't followed the system. On my one-to-one, I try and guide them. I try and ensure they don't self-sabotage. I try and work on their mental fitness. I try and work on their discipline, right? And the key is manage the trade. manage the trade, cut the losses, let the winners run. Do not snatch the profit. Okay? Right, let's just move on. Okay, this is going to be my last question as we're coming to end of our session. What is your risk reward? Generally, minimum, I'm looking for the risk reward of 1 to 3 minimum. Often it is much higher than that. So, so here I'm looking to risk a pound or a dollar or a euro to make 3. Okay. Now, although if you do follow the system, the success rate, the probability of you having a winning trade is very high, will be in the 70s and 80%. Okay, yes, you will have some losers. I will not say that, hey, all of the trades are going to be successful. Yes, sometimes you will have losing trades. Okay, you will have losing trades, but you've got to cut those losses, let the winners run, and if you do that, there is absolutely no way you can lose. Okay, we saw that example of German DAX swing trade. On that particular trade, the risk reward was nearly 1 to 10. Okay, 1 to 10, right? But initially, I wouldn't say that you'll achieve that straight away, because everybody has our individuals. We have our own emotions, own psychology. But look, guys, I'm here to help you, and I'm here to guide you. Okay, I'm here to hold your hand and to make sure that you do succeed in trading. Yeah. So guys, that's all from me today. And as I say, if you do have any queries, questions, feel free to email me. And that's my email, bindalFX@gmail.com. Do visit my website, www.forexmentor.net. And you know, do visit the website. I do have a number of products to offer. Basically, you could purchase the license for the Bindle momentum indicators. I've got one-to-one mentoring where I'm actually holding your hand throughout, guiding you with live trading. And often I would, you know, if I'm not at a seminar, if you are not at a seminar or webinar, I'll be doing a broadcast. And when you need that specialist one-to-ones, I'm actually trading with you on a one-to-one basis, say on Skype, right? And guiding you what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and then subsequently we turn the tables. You basically tell me what you're doing and why you're doing it, and then obviously I try and correct you and guide you that what you're doing, is it correct or not. If not, I try and correct it. Okay, and we do this with live trading, live charts. Okay, so investment mastery, friends, is a child's play. There should be absolutely no way you should be losing money. Okay, and certainly if you'd like to come on board to be guided by us, do drop us an email. We'll be happy to help you. Okay, guys, you have a fantastic Friday evening, and thanks a lot for joining me on this webinar, and that too on a Friday. And obviously, you know, I mean, judging by the number of attendees, I mean, I've got well over 300 attending this this webinar, and that is a fantastic turnout, not only from UK but all over Europe, US, Far East, India, Africa. So guys, God bless. I mean, you know, guys from Australia joining me at this time of the hour. That really means a lot. That really means that you guys are committed. You guys want to learn. You guys want to move to the next level. You guys want to make sure that your trading does become effortless, that your trading is truly a child's play. Because you know what? This is the best profession you can ever be in. Okay, guys, God bless. Happy trading. Have a fantastic Friday night, or for some of you, an amazing Saturday morning, and have a great weekend. Goodbye.